Hello, my name is Andreas Seaman and I am the president of the Free Speech Union Switzerland. I want to talk to you today about a case of censorship in Switzerland where a man is being punished for uttering his libertarian beliefs. The Free Speech Union Switzerland has provided Michael Bubendorf with a lawyer. Mr. Bubendorf is a Swiss citizen, a successful entrepreneur and a man with no criminal record. And yet he has been banned from buying a firearm. His legally owned weapons have been seized. Why? Not for any crime, but because of his opinions. Swiss authorities have declared him a threat to the state, precisely because he is a libertarian and because he criticized the government's COVID measures. And now, in a move that recalls Soviet-era repression, they want him to undergo a psychiatric evaluation. They want a psychiatrist to decide if he is mentally fit to own a firearm. This is not just an abstract theory, it is a documented fact. The police have justified their actions by labeling his libertarian beliefs, shared by figures like the Argentinian President Javier Milei and Mr. Bubendorf's criticism of government COVID policies, as a threat to the state. They interrogated him for hours, not about any crime, but about his political philosophy. They twisted his words, they distorted his arguments, they searched for any excuse to call him a danger. When Mr. Bubendorf condemned anti-Semitic Nazi laws as an example of blind obedience to the state, trying to make the point that merely because laws exist, one shouldn't necessarily follow them, and even perhaps oppose them, the authorities shockingly assumed he supported those very same laws, and the Nazis. They even asked him, and I quote, "How do we know you won't use your weapons against the state?" Bubendorf replied, "I cannot prove my future innocence. I can only assure you that I reject violence." End quote. As Mr. Bubendorf pointed out, this means that he was suspected of committing a pre-crime, just like in the dystopian novel The Minority Report. So, this is Switzerland in 2025. A country once proud of its neutrality, democracy and individual liberty is now adopting the tactics of authoritarian regimes. Let us be clear. Michael Bubendorf has always supported peaceful criticism of the state and has always argued in favor of that peaceful criticism. He has never advocated for violence. His crime is speaking his mind. He believes in freedom. He believes in the right to self-defense and autonomy. He believes that the state should not hold absolute power or have a monopoly over violence. And for these beliefs, he has been stripped of his rights and branded for psychiatric evaluation, as if a libertarian questioning authority is a sign of madness. This is not just an attack on one single man, it is an attack on all of us in Switzerland. It sets a dangerous precedent that psychiatrists can label abstract philosophical beliefs as mental illness. Then they could decide who is sane and who is not, who can think freely and who must be silenced. This is a grotesque perversion of justice. It is an assault on liberty itself. If we let this stand, Switzerland will become an open-air asylum. Only those obedient to the prevailing orthodoxies of the day will be deemed sane. Switzerland, therefore, faces critical questions. Will we allow our freedoms to be taken in the name of security? Will we ignore the warning that those who trade liberty for security will, in the end, lose both, a warning Benjamin Franklin issued? Or will we sit idly by while the state punishes thought crimes with psychiatric imprisonment, just like they once did in the Soviet Union? I can assure you we will not sit idly by. As a member of the Free Speech Union Switzerland, Mr. Bubendorf has our unwavering support against state overreach. Now, if you believe in the right to speak freely without fear of psychiatric persecution, join the Free Speech Union Switzerland. If the machinery of censorship ever targets you, you won't stand alone if you are one of our members. Become a member today or contribute to the cause, because being silenced is not an option. Thank you.